Welcome back to the Scholars Quiz. In today's challenge, we've got 50 history questions that will test your knowledge of the past. From ancient civilizations to modern events, this quiz covers it all. Are you ready? Let's dive in and see how many you can get right. Who was the first emperor of Rome? Augustus. What year did World War I begin? (1914). Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo. Which conqueror established one of the largest empires in history by the age of 30? Alexander the Great. What empire was led by Charlemagne? Holy Roman Empire. Which treaty ended World War I? Treaty of Versailles. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Amelia Earhart. What ancient civilization built the pyramids? Egyptians. Who was the British Prime Minister during World War II? Winston Churchill. In what year did the Titanic sink? (1912). What was the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire? Constantinople. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. Which U.S. president was in office during the American Civil War? Abraham Lincoln. Who was the leader of the Soviet Union during World War II? Joseph Stalin. Who was the first European to reach India by sea? Vasco da Gama. Who wrote the Communist Manifesto? Friedrich and Karl Marx. What year did the Berlin Wall fall? (1989). Which empire was ruled by the pharaohs? Egyptian. What major political movement brought about the fall of the Soviet Union? Perestroika. What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America? Mayflower. Which country was the first to grant women the right to vote? New Zealand. Who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? Queen Victoria. What was the name of the ship Charles Darwin sailed on during his scientific journey? The HMS Beagle. Who was the first explorer to circumnavigate the globe? Ferdinand Magellan. In which year did the US land the first man on the moon? (1969). Who was the first president of South Africa after the end of apartheid? Nelson Mandela. What war is commonly referred to as the Great War? World War I. What ancient Greek philosopher was the teacher of Plato? Socrates. Who was assassinated in Sarajevo in 1914, sparking World War I? Franz Ferdinand. What historic battle was fought in 1066? Battle of Hastings. Who was the first emperor of China? Qin Shi Huang. What city was famously destroyed by a volcanic eruption in 79 AD? Pompeii. Who was the last Tsar of Russia? Nicholas II. Which dynasty ruled China for the longest period? Zhou Dynasty. What was the name of the first successful English colony in America? Jamestown. Who was known as the Sun King? Louis XIV. What empire was ruled by Montezuma? Aztec Empire. What was the primary language of the Roman Empire? Latin. Who was the first Prime Minister of independent India? Jawaharlal Nehru. What was the ancient city of Byzantium later renamed? Constantinople. What treaty divided the New World between Spain and Portugal? Treaty of Tordesillas. Who led the independence movement in India against British rule? Mahatma Gandhi. Who was the British monarch during the American Revolution? King George III. Who wrote the famous work, The Prince? Niccolo Machiavelli. What was the name of the project that developed the atomic bomb? The Manhattan Project. Who was the leader of Nazi Germany during World War II? Adolf Hitler. Who was the first emperor of Japan? Emperor Jimmu. What was the longest-lasting empire in history? Ottoman Empire. What battle marked the end of Napoleon's rule in 1815? Battle of Waterloo. What year did the United States enter World War II? (1941). That's it for today's history quiz. How many did you get right? Don't forget to drop your score in the comments. If you enjoyed this quiz, hit the like button and subscribe for more fun and challenging questions. See you next time.